Have you ever stumbled upon a piece of code that left you scratching your head? If you're trying to understand the out keyword in Kotlin, you're definitely not alone. Today, we're diving into this topic to clear up the confusion. I totally get it. The out keyword can be a bit tricky, especially if you're new to Kotlin or coming from another programming language. You're not the only one who has found it puzzling. Many developers have faced the same question. So let's look at the specific question at hand. One user recently asked, what does the out keyword mean in Kotlin? They provided an example with a list, which is a great starting point for our discussion. Let's break it down together. To understand the out keyword, we need to talk about variants in Kotlin. The out keyword is used to declare a type as covariant, which means you can use a subtype wherever a supertype is expected. This is particularly useful when working with generics. And stick around. By the end of this video, you'll not only understand the out keyword, but also how to use it effectively in your own code. Trust me, you won't want to miss this. To understand the out keyword in Kotlin, we first need to recognize that it is used in the context of generics. Specifically, it indicates that a type parameter can be produced by a function. Next, the user should know that the out keyword allows for covariance. This means that if a class is defined with out, it can be used in a more flexible way with its subtypes. Now let's look at an example. If we have a function that returns a list of a specific type, using out allows that function to return a list of a subtype without any issues. Finally, it's important to remember that when using out, the type can only be used in output positions, meaning it can be returned but not consumed as an input. Fun fact, did you know that Kotlin was designed to be fully interoperable with Java? This means you can use Kotlin's features while still leveraging existing Java libraries. Pretty cool, right? Now let's look at the answers provided by other users. One user suggests checking the Kotlin manual for a detailed explanation of the out keyword. They explain that listout is an interface for read-only operations, similar to Java's collection. The out modifier indicates that a type parameter can only be produced, not consumed, making it covariant. They also provide an example with an abstract class source out t, showing how the out modifier allows safe type assignment. This means that a source of a base type can be assigned to a source of a derived type. Let's take a look at an answer from another user. This user explains that the out keyword in Kotlin is used to indicate that a generic type is only produced as output. They provide an example with an interface called production, which has a function that produces a value of type t. If your generic class only uses the type as output, you should use out. Additionally, the user contrasts this with the in keyword, which is used for input types. They provide an example with an interface called consumer, which consumes an item of type t. If your generic class only uses the type as input, you should use in. For a more detailed explanation, they recommend checking out a link to a Medium article on the in and out type variants in Kotlin. Let's take a look at an answer from another user. One user explains the out keyword in Kotlin by using a simple analogy. They suggest thinking of in as zooming in to any classes or interfaces that t inherits from. Conversely, out is like zooming out to any classes that inherit from t. It's that straightforward. Now, let's dive into a different answer from another user. One user explains that the out keyword in Kotlin is a variance annotation. It indicates that a type parameter is covariant, meaning if one type is a subtype of another, the list of that type is also a subtype. For example, if dog is a subtype of animal, then list of dog is a subtype of list of animal. The user also notes that without the out keyword, the list would be invariant, which could limit its usability. They highlight that the nil object can be considered a list of any type due to the nothing type being a subtype of all types. Here's a pro tip. When working with generics in Kotlin, always consider whether you need covariance or contravariance. This can save you a lot of headaches down the line. And there you have it. You now have a solid understanding of the out keyword in Kotlin. Remember, mastering these concepts will make you a better developer. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more programming tips and tricks.